Antonio starts right now.
And a good morning to you. It is Tuesday, December 5th, and a noticeable change in our weather this morning. It went from cool back to cold.
Yeah, it was cold this morning. I had to warm up the car a little bit, and it was a beautiful day yesterday in the afternoon.
Absolutely gorgeous, and it's been a beautiful night out there. But again, about 10 degrees cooler than we were this time yesterday, Mike, give or take?
Just about, because we started off a little cooler, kind of warmed up during the course of the morning into the low 50s once we went off the air right around 7 o'clock. But this morning we are at 43 degrees, so yeah, definitely much chillier, and that dew point's at 36. A little bit of a wind out there, so in theory we could drop down to 36 degrees. We're not going to. We'll drop down a couple of more notches, however, and throughout the rest of the day, then a huge warm up. We're going to be gaining 30 degrees throughout the course of the day, in some cases even more so than that. Good indication that we've got some very dry air in place. Aquifer, it went down yesterday, and I have a feeling it's going to continue in that direction because we don't have any rain in the forecast. Mold is low, same thing with Mountain Cedar on the low side. Take a look at some of the temperatures around the area. If you think 43 is cold, we are flirting with freezing. Actually, it's warmed up a couple of notches there in Comfort. It was down to 34, so you may have already touched freezing in your backyard up there in portions of the hill country. Bernie at 36, same thing with Bulverde, and a little bit of a breeze in places, so just a slight bit of a wind chill there at the airport. Feels like 40 degrees, 39 the wind chill there at Randolph. So clear, chilly this morning. Nice big warm up throughout the day. That's pretty much going to be the same situation tomorrow. We'll have a couple of extra clouds hanging around here tomorrow. Then Thursday, Friday, more clouds. It is going to be warmer, especially on Friday, and a bit more humid. But that is then going to get pushed on out of here with the next front that moves through Saturday. Notice how, what I don't have on this part of the graphic, anything mentioned about any rain. There could be a couple of sprinkles up to the northeast early Saturday as that front moves on through here. It is going to be breezy, and then it is going to be, well, I don't know if cooler is the right word, or maybe colder, because it's going to be really cold by Sunday morning, but a good looking weekend. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Hitting the road, Traffic Authority, Mr. Cavazos, what's going on?
Well, right now, Mike, things are pretty average out there for our Tuesday morning, but let's get a look out here at 35, the upper and lower levels there. Really don't see any issues. We are just seeing a few vehicles that are making their way on by there. Again, this is I-35, the upper and lower level there near Flores Street. But just be on the lookout. We may have some overnight construction that may be wrapping up. But right now, it's pretty much a quiet start as we get the morning commute rolling. Quick look at these travel times. The journey from Bernie along I-10 eastbound should still be about 25 minutes right here to the Alamo City. Along 281 southbound, there's no need to hurry. If you are traveling in from Bulverde, you have a 19-minute commute. Not too bad. And it's not too awful either from New Braunfels. We have a 27 commute along I-35 southbound. One last look here again at the upper and lower levels. Not a lot of traffic, but we'll keep a close eye on things and more road work, what to expect and where, coming up a little bit later on. Guys.
New this morning, you will see this on TransGuide signs this morning. There's an active silver alert. San Antonio police searching for 78-year-old Armando Benavides. They say he vanished Monday morning around 10 a.m. in the 7100 block of Shady Elms near Prue Road on the city's far northwest side. He's about 5'4", has gray hair and brown eyes, and was wearing a black army jacket, green shirt, and blue jeans. He was driving a 2014 beige Toyota Highlander, license plate DVD7R3. If you know where he is, call San Antonio Police.
This morning, San Antonio police say they are still looking for a suspect following a shooting that left a 3-year-old hurt. San Antonio police say this started with shots fired between two groups in an H-E-B parking lot yesterday. The shooting happened near the store on San Pedro, near Opioid on the north side. And that's where police say they found a man in his 20s with a single gunshot wound. The 3-year-old and the child's 22-year-old mother were found in an apartment complex on Jackson Keller, less than 2 miles away. Police say both were grazed by bullets. All 3 victims were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
In Lido, the city administrator says water samples will be sent to a lab this morning following a water main break. City leaders issued a boil water notice warning yesterday. Leaders are hoping the water notice gets lifted by tomorrow. Until then, Lido is telling people to boil their water for at least 2 minutes before they use it. It's beginning to look a lot like a rate increase for CPS Energy customers for Christmas. This will be the second time in 2 years. CPS Board of Trustees voted to raise its base rates by 4.25%. The hike is expected to bring in $85 million a year.
The utility's plans for the money include replacing aging technology, trimming more trees, and helping convert a coal plant to natural gas. The average customer's bill should only increase by less than $4.50. However, CPS is already looking another 2 years ahead to yet another rate hike. The only thing standing in the way of those bigger bills is a city council vote on Thursday. If approved, the new rates would take effect in February.
Now to this massive explosion rocking a neighborhood in Northern Virginia outside D.C. late last night. So far, no major injuries have been reported.
Police were called to the home where someone had been firing a flare gun dozens of times.
Yeah, officers tried to execute a search warrant, and that's when things took a turn.
Police say the suspect also discharged a firearm before that explosion. As ABC's Rhiannon Alley reports, the officers on the scene only suffered minor injuries in that blast.
Overnight, this terrifying house explosion caught on camera. The debris showering this neighborhood in Arlington County, Virginia. The blast felt several blocks away.
But you could feel the sound concussion.
Police were already at the scene before the explosion. They were investigating a flare gun reportedly being shot from a home. One flare in the sky seen here. Officers say they obtained a search warrant, but the suspect would not come out.
As officers attempted to execute that search warrant this evening, the suspect inside the residence discharged several rounds. The house subsequently exploded, and we continue to investigate the circumstances of the explosion.
Police say the only person apparently inside during the explosion was that suspect. The extent of injuries not confirmed overnight.
Nobody has been transported from the scene to an area hospital.
As firefighters brought the fire under control, many questions lingered, including why the suspect was firing those flares in the first place. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Israeli forces are pressing ahead with their air and ground bombardment in parts of the southern Gaza Strip and have ordered mass evacuations as the war rages on. The military says it's dropping leaflets urging people to move to designated safe zones. Israel's defense minister tells ABC News that he believes the war will last at least another 2 months. Israeli leadership says it will only consider another pause in the fighting if Hamas returns 15 women and 2 children still in custody. Meanwhile, the U.S. State Department officials here in the U.S. suggest that the Hamas is holding those women out of fear for what they may reveal about the sexual violence they have suffered while in custody.
House Republicans could vote as early as this week to formally launch an impeachment investigation of President Biden. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan says the investigation of the president would look at potential charges of bribery, abuse of power, and obstruction. The accusations center around whether Biden, when he was vice president, abused his powers to pressure Ukraine to fire a top prosecutor who was investigating a Ukrainian energy company. The president's son, Hunter, served on the company's board at the time.
Well, it's not every day you hear a Supreme Court justice use the term nutcase, but it happened yesterday as the court considered whether a multi-billion-dollar settlement for victims of the opioid epidemic is legal or not. Justices heard arguments yesterday over whether the owners of Purdue Pharma, the Sackler family, can be protected from future lawsuits under terms of the settlement. Under the bankruptcy deal, the Sackler family would pay about $6 billion to settle lawsuits with opioid victims and state governments. But the Biden administration says by guaranteeing immunity, the deal violates federal law. Justice Elena Kagan questioned whether the government should end an agreement that was approved by opioid victims. How the justices rule on this issue could have major implications on other bankruptcy cases. The court's ruling is expected next June.
The time now is 5:09 and 43 degrees for now.
Up next, how the data of millions of people who use a popular genetic testing company was accessed by, you guessed it, hackers.
And also coming up next, why a high school student is suing a school district for allowing what's being called a high-speed promposal.
Okay, and outside with live cam, yeah, we warned you, it is colder this morning, and we've already dropped a couple of degrees just, it seems like since we went on the air at the top of the hour. You're watching GMSA.
Welcome back. It's 5:12. An Arizona high school student is suing the school district for allegedly allowing a high-speed promposal that resulted in a crash, injuring that student. ABC's Ariel Reshef has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, promposal gone wrong.
In any instant, he could have passed away.
You can see a Porsche driven, police say, by a student, his girlfriend in the passenger seat, barreling through a stop sign into a motorcycle. The rider, 18-year-old William Vanasap, thrown into the air, plummeting to the ground.
Okay, can you move your leg at all?
Now, Vanasap filing a notice of claim against the school district and the city, stating the student driving the Porsche had permission from the school resource officer and the principal to run a stop sign in the school parking lot as part of the student's plan to ask a girl to an upcoming school dance. Overnight, the victim's family speaking out to GMA.
So for this incident to happen like that was very shocking to us. And unfortunately, William will have lifelong injuries.
And we'll have much more on this promposal gone wrong coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
513, 43 degrees.
Coming up next, a first look at the new Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer and what players and what parents can expect from the next sequel of this sometimes controversial game.
Building a better postal service for more on-time deliveries and easier, affordable ways to ship so you can deliver even more holiday joy. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America.
Mornings. Cough? Congestion?
I'm feeling better. All in one and done with new Mucinex Kickstart.
Headache?
Better now.
New Mucinex Kickstart gives all in one and done relief with a morning jolt of instant cooling sensation. It's comeback season.
Nature's Bounty Hair Growth. Help grow thicker, fuller hair with just one capsule a day of Advanced Hair Complex. Conquer hair thinning.
And fall in love with your hair all over again.
Only from Nature's Bounty.
517, the genetic testing company 23andMe has confirmed that hackers have gained access to personal data of millions of users. ABC's Andrew Dembert has details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a massive breach revealed at a popular genetics testing company. 23andMe says hackers stole ancestry data for nearly 7 million users, or roughly half of its customers. The company initially said less than 1% of users were compromised. Microsoft's artificial intelligence app for blind and low vision users is now available on Android devices. The Seeing AI app can describe the details of a photo. The app can also identify facial expressions, and users can ask questions about documents like menu items and prices on a bill. Finally, the first trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6 has arrived, confirming the location for the game's latest sequel is the creators' version of Florida. It's been 10 years since Grand Theft Auto 5 set sales records, generating $815 million in a single day. The new crime-laden game is set for release in 2025, and I hear it's a game you never knew you wanted. Those are your Tech Bites.
Like you're wanted?
Well, it went over my head.
Wanted like your Grand Theft Auto?
Yes, but none of that kind of driving out there on the street.
Sorry, Andrew.
It's a no for us today.
Yeah.
But yeah, no driving like that out on our streets. No. Things look quiet, and really the roads aren't necessarily always quiet, but when we're not seeing any issues, so that's good news. As we take you outside with TransGuide, let's get a look out there, and I'll show you what we can expect. Because right now things are looking pretty average, as we see from our friends over at TransGuide. They have no major issues to report at this hour, just steady traffic, which is great. Pardon me. So we take a look outside, things are fine. Taking you to our map, it's going to be the same story here. A little bit of that construction that is lingering around, but it's what's happening later this morning where we need to make sure that we plan ahead. And yes, I'm talking about Loop 1604. Just as a quick reminder, that bridge construction will ramp back up today around 9. So just be on the lookout this morning because it takes us to 3 in the afternoon. But this will take us all the way up to the end of the work week. So just watch out. Alternating I-10 eastbound frontage road lane closures. That'll be from the Loop 1604 interchange to UTSA Boulevard. A lot of Texas early in the morning as you sip your cup of coffee. So just go ahead and scan this QR code. You could save that information on your phone. It takes you directly to our KSAT traffic page. A lot of stuff happening this week, particularly along Loop 1604. We're going to break down the project a little bit more this morning and tell you what more you can expect in the days ahead, Mike.
Thank you very much, sir. And all right, Steph said this looks like a Halloween picture, and yes, it does.
Yeah.
This was from a couple of days ago, an absolutely gorgeous picture. That's really cool. I love the reflection off the water there. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. Make sure you send in a bunch of pictures of all your Christmas decorations around here so everybody can see them. All right, clear skies out there. Once again, you're going to need a jacket, you're going to need sunglasses, and you'll only need one of those by later on today. Normal high temperature right now is 67 degrees. Normal low is 44. So we're already below that. And then we're going to be above that. And once again, over the next couple of weeks, we'll continue to drop down a few more degrees. And by the 24th, we hit 63 and 41. That's the coldest historically. Normal average temperatures, the coldest time of the year, and that lasts all the way for almost a month up through January the 20th. So temperatures, like I said, we're already just a little bit below normal. 36s, Kerrville, Comfort, Bernie, and in your backyard may well be below freezing right now, and we'll continue to drop down a little bit more. Now, yesterday we had more of a breeze out there. We still had very dry air in place, but that wind kept the atmosphere kind of stirred up a little bit. Somebody described it to me one time. It's like chocolate milk. When you put the powder in, if you stir it up, it stays all mixed together. When it sits, the heavier little chocolate particles settle down to the surface or settle down to the bottom. Kind of the same thing with cold air, because cold air is very dense and a lot heavier. And so that's why we kept the glass stirred up yesterday, but it's not stirred up too much this morning. A lot of sunshine throughout the rest of the day, and it's going to warm very quickly throughout the morning hours. So we'll already be up to the normal high temperature at noon, and then top off from there up to 73. So we're going to be gaining on average 30 degrees throughout the course of the day, which is good indication of some very dry air. All right, jump ahead to Saturday. We will get some more clouds in here Thursday as well as Friday, some more humidity. And then Saturday, the next front moves through. Now, broad brush, long-range computer model, and it's got the chance for a couple of little sprinkly showers, primarily up to the northeast Saturday morning. That's about it. Yeah, way up around College Station northeast of there, they do have a chance for some better rain, but good news, bad news. Good news, great looking weekend. Bad news, we don't get any rain out of this front as this thing moves on through here. It is going to clear things out nicely in the afternoon, and then it's going to be beautiful, kind of breezy on Saturday, and we'll also have some colder temperatures coming on in here. So we've got this nice northwesterly flow in the atmosphere right now. We do get a little bit of a kind of a ridge building in, and that is also going to help to pull in some more moisture, some more humidity by the end of the week. But then we get this next big trough developing there, and that's what's going to be moving through on Saturday to really cool us down. It's going to be very cold then by Sunday morning. So today, 73, well above normal. We start off a little bit below normal, end up well above that. And tomorrow, pretty much the same thing. A couple of more clouds around here. Thursday, cloudier skies, still mild, chilly start, not as cold. Then very warm, leaning toward the humid side on Friday. The front comes through early on Saturday, may squeeze out a shower up to the northeast, but kind of doubt that. And it's going to be windy on Saturday, much colder Sunday. We'll be down in the upper 30s here in town, and then beautiful Sunday and Monday again.
Very nice.
Back to some soup and grilled cheese.
Yes,
kind of weather. I just saw on Instagram, I think Wendy's chili is now on sale at Sam's Club.
Really?
They're selling like a multi-pack of Wendy's chili. So I don't know if you can find it here, but I saw it posted.
Because they always had the ground beef in there. We used to get that.
Yeah.
We used to get that
College all the time.
And it said with beans, so just caution. 523, 43 degrees.
Well, big surprise. Aw, hardly anyone showed up to the theaters to see The Marvels. Up next, how it's now Marvel's lowest grossing movie ever. Plus, Move Over, Mariah Carey and Brendan Lee hits #1 just in time for the holiday season.
Well, Marvel Studios appears to be wearing out its welcome at the box office with another lackluster superhero flick.
CNN's David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
He tore a hole in space. There's a different reality leading into ours.
The Marvels is part of a painful new reality for Marvel Studios. The film will likely play in theaters a few more weeks, but it's tracking to be the lowest grossing MCU movie of all time. And Variety reports Marvel parent Disney says it will no longer report international grosses for the film, with its box office now winding down.
You center, you read.
War has broken out below. And we were told to take the ISS by any means necessary.
War on Earth affects the U.S. and Russian crews of the International Space Station in ISS. This is a look at the first trailer for the thriller set in orbit, due to land in theaters January 19th.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop.
Talk about a Christmas record. Brenda Lee's Yuletide classic, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, tops the Billboard Hot 100 for the first time ever. Lee recorded the tune when she was 13 years old, 65 years ago. Now nearly 79, she's the oldest woman ever to top the Hot 100. Decking the halls in Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Wow. I don't think any of us knew she was that young.
No, I didn't know she was 13. I mean, I knew she was young, but not that young. Wow.
Amazing. 528, 43 degrees.
And the San Antonio Police Department is saying that 2 security guards shot and killed a would-be robber yesterday outside an East Side HEB. We're going to have what led up to that situation.
A local gym that helps at-risk youth stay on the right track is at risk of closing down. Up next, how it's getting creative to stay afloat and how you might be able to help.
Holidays can be a lot of fun for a lot of people, but for some it can be very stressful. So ahead on GMSA at 6, some simple things that you can do to make them a little easier. And right now we want to get to late breaking news on the west side of town. There's a massive police presence on Wallace Street near South General McMullen. We are working to get more information. However, our photojournalist Santiago Esparza on the scene to tell us that there are at least 20 police vehicles.
Yeah, you're looking live at the scene as we speak. A sergeant out there tells us a woman was assaulted at a Walgreens. Officers searched the area and ended at the location on Wallace. So far, 3 juveniles have been detained. Police are still searching for one more suspect. We will keep you posted on this still developing story.
Good morning. It is Tuesday, December 5th. And yeah, very chilly. It feels like December this morning.
It does once again.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Yes, indeed, it does. And but then this afternoon, it's going to be T-shirts and shorts again. So we've got these huge spans in temperatures, and we're going to be gaining about 30 degrees or more in some cases. It is gorgeous outside right now. We've got a lot of clear skies. Love the smokestacks over there at the quarry. All lit up for Christmas, and the Christmas tree right there at the Concord Plaza. Temperature stands at 43 degrees, so we're actually 1 degree below normal right now. Still fairly dry air in place, a lot of clear skies, a little bit of breeze, not as windy as yesterday, because yesterday, remember, we started off in the kind of upperish 40s and then warmed up throughout the course of the morning because we had a little more of a breeze out there to keep things stirred up. In most places, there's hardly any breeze, down to a pair of 36s there at Kerrville, Comfort, Bernie Stage, as well at 36, 42 in New Braunfels. And again, a lot of areas with no wind, so that allows that colder, heavier air to settle down to the surface. We do have a bit of a wind chill here in town. Feels like 40 and 39 up the road in New Braunfels. Mold and Mountain Cedar are both on the low side. Updated count in a couple of hours or so. 67 already up to normal at noon. And then, so we start off a little bit on the cool side of things, end up on the warm side of things. Again, thanks to all that dry air out there, because it doesn't hold the heat in, but it heats up very easily. And then 73 for a high temperature. It's going to be pretty much the same thing, maybe a couple of extra clouds tomorrow. A little bit of a difference, a little warmer toward the end of the week. And then another big cold front comes through here early on the weekend, setting us up for a fantastic weekend. What about rain? Details on that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, anything going on out there, sir?
Well, much like the skies, Mike, things are pretty clear out there on the roadways. We take a look out there at 37 at Houston and 410 at Blanco. Traffic moving in both directions, east and west. No major issues to report, and a lot of pavement is what we are seeing out there. 410 at Jackson Keller is an example of what we are pretty much seeing on a lot of these cameras. We're going to see traffic pick up in the next probably 30 minutes or so, but right now things are great if you have to head out the door in the next few minutes. And if you're heading right here to the Alamo City, let's check out those travel times. Pleasant Drive from Pleasanton along I-37 northbound with 25 minutes for you drivers. 28 along US 90 eastbound if you are heading in from Castroville. And that arrival from Lytle should take you about 20 minutes along I-35 northbound. Back outside with TransGuide, yeah, things are moving just fine here at 37 at Hackberry, north and southbound lanes. Just a little bit more activity as the morning commute does get going. I'll keep a close eye on things, and I'll have another update coming up in the next few minutes. Mark, Steph.
Thank you, sir. And this morning, an HEB on San Antonio's east side will reopen following a shooting. SAPD says 2 security guards shot and killed a would-be robber yesterday outside the New Braunfels Avenue and East Houston Street store. According to Police Chief William McManus, the man left the store, hid behind a car, and shot the guards first. Details on their injuries were not released, but we're told the guards are stable. An HEB spokesperson says the shooting happened off store property.
The city of San Antonio and Toyota are facing a lawsuit. This is coming from a company called Southside Affordable Development. That company claims an agreement between Toyota and the city gives Toyota zoning power on private land for miles around the automaker's plant, and that's preventing private projects like affordable housing. The lawsuit alleges that this agreement gives Toyota veto power on zoning within 3 miles of its plant, and the agreement, which has been in place for 20 years, is unconstitutional. There are allegations that the agreement and the subsequent denial of rezoning to multifamily residential use will cost the plaintiffs millions of dollars.
We filed suit against Toyota Motor Manufacturing in the city of San Antonio for what we strongly believe is improper and unconstitutional contract zoning.
Now, on the other side, the city of San Antonio responded to that lawsuit. The city attorney emailed us this statement saying, in part, quote, the city of San Antonio has not been served and the plaintiffs did not provide a courtesy copy of the suit before holding its press conference. Inflammatory rhetoric does not substitute for facts and sound legal arguments. You can read that city's full statement right now on our website at KSAT.com.
How about a new car for Christmas? Well, happening today, SAPD auctioning vehicles that they've seized. You can check them out at the address on your screen. That's 3625 Roden Road. Gates open at 5 p.m. Bidding starts at 6 sharp. You can call 207-7932 for more information. Now to details about Israel's expanding ground war in Gaza.
Some are concerned about a humanitarian crisis that's unfolding. And as ABC's Liz Landers reports, we're getting a better idea at how long Israel's intense bombing campaign against Hamas could last.
This morning, Israel's defense minister sitting down with ABC News off camera, saying he believes the war in its current intensity will last at least another 2 months. He says Israeli military leaders increasingly concede that killing all of Hamas's estimated 30,000 fighters will be impossible, adding their goal is to break the chain of command, having already killed 40% of battalion leaders. These satellite images show Israeli military vehicles staging in southern Gaza, where many civilians were previously told to flee to safety. Up to 600 Americans are still in Gaza, including Ruiwa El Farah's father.
People are sheltering together, so there'll be 20, 30 people all together, and there's not enough food.
Israel says it's dropping leaflets urging people to move to designated safe zones. One UN official saying every time we think things cannot get any more apocalyptic in Gaza, they do. Israel says it will only consider another pause in the fighting if Hamas returns the 15 women and 2 children still in its custody. A State Department official suggests Hamas is holding these women out of fear for what they may reveal about the sexual violence they've suffered.
The reason this pause fell apart is they don't want those women to be able to talk about what happened to them during their time in custody.
Phone and internet service went down again last night in Gaza, only adding to the chaos for civilians. In Washington, Liz Landers, ABC News.
The death toll from a volcanic eruption in Indonesia last week has now risen to at least 13 people. 10 climbers are still missing and search and rescue efforts continue. And the bodies that have been recovered are being brought down Mount Merapi.
4 candidates have qualified for the 4th GOP presidential primary debate set to take place tomorrow. The Republican National Committee and debate broadcaster News Nation says that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy, and former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie will face off in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It will be the smallest debate stage lineup so far this year, and former President Donald Trump, the front-runner for the GOP nomination, will skip the event, as he has all previous debates. Trump will instead attend a fundraiser in Florida for a super PAC supporting his candidacy. There are now 6 weeks to go until the Iowa caucuses open the 2024 GOP nomination calendar. DeSantis and Haley are said to be the top primary rivals to Trump.
Time check, just about 5:40, 43 degrees.
And it's an outlet for at-risk youth and a way to keep them off the streets. But this boxing program has taken a number of financial hits and doesn't know how much longer it's going to last. Up next, how you can help.
Outside with live cam. Full confession, I was walking to my truck this morning and I had a light fleece vest kind of thing. And I was like, man, should I go back in and get a winter coat?
I know, it was very cold.
Yeah, 43 degrees. Be right back. 5:43 inside the boxing ring. Advocates Youth Program provides a safe space for at-risk youth, but now financial struggles are putting the group up against the ropes.
But as John Paul Barajas reports, they're not giving up without a fight.
Good.
Discipline through sport.
Two. Good.
It's how Advocates Youth Program aims to help at-risk youth stay on the right track.
Some family members that were actually involved in, gang violence.
Christopher Chirby joined the program 9 years ago. He says it gave him stability.
Honestly, yeah. If I didn't have boxing and all the role models that were before my coach, they were not showing me no goods.
Advocates Youth has served kids on San Antonio's west side since 1999. But back-to-back fires at its home gym in 2019 and 2020, followed by the COVID-19 pandemic, has put the boxing program in a tight spot.
We're still trying to work with kids, but we need help. We need financial help. What we really want is a building to train out of.
Executive Director Jason Mata explains the program could no longer afford its original location, so his team got creative to stay afloat. That includes renting time at this Southside gym, creating a mobile boxing gym on a trailer, and even sharing classes on YouTube.
Because it's an outlet for kids. Obviously, these kids like to get involved in stuff. A lot of kids like to fight. There's a lot of interest in boxing from the especially the Latino community, and so we need to answer.
That's it. Finish up. Unfortunately, Mata says time and money are running out. December will mark the program's final month renting this gym. Instead, online and mobile classes will continue. But for those involved in the program, a permanent home could make a huge difference.
Not so, lazy anymore, wanting to do more. He's teaching them to do something better and just stay out of all that gang stuff and bad stuff and violence. Put them in boxing.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Some of those guys are punching hard.
I know, tough competition there.
5:45, 43 degrees.
Look out there with TransGuide this morning. Things looking good at one of our favorite shots there at the Alamo Dome. Now looking at I-10 at Medical. Things look pretty good there as well. We're going to be checking in with Stephen Cavazos very soon.
5:48. We've had cool mornings and warm afternoons, but it's chilly out there this morning.
Yes, be prepared for that. But for now, let's go ahead and check in with Stephen to see how the roads are looking.
Yeah, may want to warm up your cars before you get the commute rolling here. Thankfully, there's no major issues to talk about, so we'll try to keep this pretty short. Again, as Steph pointed out, it's one of our favorite shots here on GMSA 37. That camera at the Alamo Dome gets a great view of the Tower of the Americas, but also a fantastic view of traffic out there at 37. North and southbound lanes looking a little bit busier, but nothing too major to report again, just slightly a little bit more traffic. Taking a look outside, it's still pretty green, so we take you to our information here for you along I-35 on the northeast side of San Antonio. We have pothole work that will begin, and again, around 9 tonight and finish at 5 in the morning. This will take us all the way up into the end of the work week, Friday, December 8th. But keep on the lookout because it's during that time we'll see right lane closure on Starlight Terrace heading westbound. This will be from I-35 from the northbound frontage road to the southbound frontage road. But you know where you can find that information at ksat.com/traffic. There is a full list of closures on our website. But again, roads here at 37 near the Alamo Dome, the north and southbound lanes, looking pretty great, but a great view, again, of the Tower of the Americas.
Thank you, Stephen.
I love that camera shot.
Yeah, me too. I think our friends at TransGuide know that we love that shot, so they put it up for us. So big thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah. It's like an early Christmas gift from folks there. You say it's cold out, and yes, it is cold out, but this is basically a normal average temperature this time of year, what to expect, and plenty of clear skies out there. Speaking of clear skies, beautiful view, and somebody was saying, what is that? It looks like a couple of JetCon trails. A lot of times, and it depends on the temperature up there, way upstairs in the atmosphere, how much moisture is up there, but sometimes those contrails last a long time. Other times like this, it almost looks like, yes, and it looks like it's falling because they're going down like that. But yeah, nice picture. Thank you very much for that one. All right, once again, beautiful view of the smokestacks there, as well as the Christmas tree on the side of the building there at the Concord Plaza. And upstairs in the atmosphere, we do have pretty dry air, this darker shade of gray, a little bit more moisture upstairs down here to the southeast, so maybe a couple of high clouds, maybe that milky shade to the sky, but still it's going to be a fantastic day with plenty of sunshine out there. And temperatures, we will continue to drop down a few more degrees because we have that very light wind, unlike yesterday where it was a bit breezier in the morning. So we'll get down about to 3-4 degrees below normal and then warm up nicely up to 67. So talk about normals and averages. That's where we're going to be at noon today. Then add 6 to that. So we make it up to 73 later on, again, with plenty of sunshine out there. All right, as far as the humidity, which is quite low right now, one of the ingredients you have to have temperatures get this cold. But the humidity and dew point temperatures, moisture in the atmosphere is going to continue to go up. It's not like it's going to be oppressively humid, but we'll kind of notice it, and that's going to hold low temperatures up Friday morning as well as Saturday morning. But during the day on Saturday, then we get another front moving on through here, really pulls down some dry air, and in turn also some colder air is going to be pulled on in here on Saturday. Now, as far as moisture from this or any rain. Now, about a week ago, it looked like it was going to be better rain chances, but as time has rolled on, those rain chances just, for the weekend, if you got outdoor plans, you got the River of Lights right down there at the Lock Dam on Saturday, late afternoon, evening hours. So that's good news for that. But as far as the fact that we could use some rain, not in this forecast, unfortunately. Today, we are going to make it up to 73, so we'll be 6 above normal. Tomorrow, it's about the same situation. Cold start, nice big warm up. We gain 25, 30 degrees throughout the course of the day. A couple of extra clouds here and there. A few more clouds Thursday. Of course, Hanukkah begins at sunset Thursday evening. 75 on Friday. Notice the low temperatures Friday, Saturday, 60s. More humidity around here, but then temperatures basically stay steady with that front moving through on Saturday. Dry air comes in, windy conditions, beautiful, and then really cold Sunday morning.
Very nice for this time of year.
I'm looking forward to that River of Lights down there, so
that's
going to be
pretty.
fun. Yeah, they're going to have snow down there too, and a whole bunch of Santa Claus and all sorts of fun
That'll
things.
put you in the Christmas spirit.
Yes, indeed. So come say hi.
We will.
Hi.
Hi.
553, 44 degrees.
Good to see you.
Let's look at your winning lotto numbers. Pick 3, 360, Fireball 0, Daily 4, 7917, Fireball 1.
Cash 5 numbers 13, 21, 27, 32, 35. Texas 2 step 1, 4, 5, 10. Bonus ball 22. And Powerball 18, 19, 27, 28, 45. Powerball 9, Power Play 3.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, the latest on the story that we're all following, the growing humanitarian crisis in the Middle East as Israel expands its ground offensive with nowhere for people to flee. Also ahead, Jamie Foxx made his first public appearance since his hospitalization. We're going to tell you what he said and how he got emotional about his mystery health battle. We'll have those stories and so much more on GMA.
Today is the 5th, and now through the 12th, you can donate a pair of new shoes or socks to the Share the Shoes campaign. You could drop off those donations at any of the 7 SABD substations around town. They need shoes and socks for toddlers all the way through adult sizes, including wider feet. We have all this information on KSAT.com. Also a reminder this morning, get out your phone and scan this QR code. Salvation Army Parade of Kettles is in full swing. Local businesses, even the media, are competing to raise the most money to help families in need this season. So from now until midnight on Christmas Eve, KSAT will be competing to raise the most money to help families in Bexar County. We have all these details on KSAT.com. Ahead in the next hour, GMSA, San Antonio police investigating 2 shootings near 2 HEBs yesterday. What we were able to learn from each crime scene. And up next, a video that's got everyone talking this morning, this house explosion that rocked an East Coast neighborhood, what police say could have triggered it. And checking TransGuide right now, beautiful morning, but it's cold out there this morning, quite a difference from yesterday. But Mike says these are actually normal temperatures. We'll take a look at everything coming up.
And right now we want to get to late breaking news on the west side of town. This is a live look at a massive police presence on Wallace Street near South General McMullen. We are working to get more information. However, our photojournalist Santiago Esparza on the scene tells us that there are at least 20 police vehicles.
Now, a sergeant on scene is telling us a woman was assaulted during a carjacking at a Walgreens drugstore. Her car was taken at gunpoint by 3 suspects. Officers searched the area and ended at the location over there on Wallace. So far, we understand some juveniles have been detained. Police are still searching for at least one more suspect. We will keep you posted on this still developing story.
Hi, good morning. It is Tuesday, December 5th.
It sure is. And thanks for starting your morning with us. It is colder out there this morning, so fair warning.
Yes, definitely grab a jacket. You said you almost went back inside the house to get another layer.
But I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't. Thought I'd tough it out. Mike Osterage is here with more on temperatures that have now dropped into the middle lower 40s.
Yes, which is the average this time of year, and we will drop a couple of more notches. A little bit of a wind chill out there, so definitely you want to bundle up, especially for the little ones waiting at the bus stop, and then hopefully it's a jacket with the name in it and it fits in a backpack because you won't need it by later on this afternoon. Beautiful view out there at the airport. The plane looks like he is on final approach to land on runway 14, heading down to the southeast. 43 degrees here in town, 42 Port SA, and all three, Kerrville, Comfort, Bernie, have dropped down to 34 degrees. So in your backyard, probably right around freezing out there in parts of the hill country. And there is no wind to speak of out there. And that's why that heavier, colder air is settling down here to the surface. We've got a bit of a breeze. Does give us a little bit of a wind chill, though. Feels like 39 out there at the airport right now, 37 in New Braunfels. And we do have light amounts of mold as well as mountain cedar throughout the day. Big warm up. We're already going to be up to the normal high temperature today at noon, 67, and then we top off at 73 there with plenty of sunshine. Pretty much same thing tomorrow. More clouds Thursday, and the humidity tries to work its way back on in here by Friday. It's going to be a pretty warm day on Friday. Weekend then, we've got another front moving on through here, setting us up for a great looking weekend. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, any problems out there, Stephen?
No, Mike, it's been pretty steady. Hey, great for anyone that's waking up and has to hit the roads for an early morning drive. But let's show you what I'm talking about, because behind me, 1604 Marbach, 37 at Hackberry, we're just seeing a little bit more traffic. That's all that's being reported so far. It's just a little bit more of that congestion that's going to start to build up. Just pack your patience if you run into it. But things are still pretty great out there along 37 near the Alamo Dome, that camera shot of the Tower of the Americas. Again, something we love here on GMSA. But something else we love is all the quiet roadways that we are seeing behind me. Plenty of green out there for you folks, so just take your time if you are heading into San Antonio. Still pretty much green from Seguin along I-10 westbound. We have 27 minutes right here to the Alamo City. Along 87 northbound, you're already in the yellow, but nothing too bad from Livonia. 33 minutes and 26 minutes for our friends down in Floresville. But back out here with TransGuide, I'll keep a close eye on things. This is a pretty quick traffic update, but I'll have more for you on the way coming up a little bit later on in the newscast. Mark.
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, an active silver alert. Have you seen this man? San Antonio police searching for 78-year-old Armando Benavides. They say he vanished yesterday morning around 10 a.m. in the 7100 block of Shady Elms. That's out near Prue Road on the city's far northwest side. He's about 5'4", has gray hair and brown eyes, was wearing a black army jacket, green shirt, and blue jeans. He was driving a 2014 beige Toyota Highlander SUV, license plate DVD7R3. Pretty easy to remember. If you know where he is, call San Antonio Police at the number on your screen. That is 210, very bottom of the screen, 210-207-7579.
And it's been 1 week since Eagle Pass Bridge 1 closed, and since then vehicles have not been able to cross that bridge into the U.S. Now we're learning that is not the only closure. Federal officials are temporarily closing a border crossing in Arizona. Customs and Border Protection says that will allow agents to deal with, quote, increased levels of migrant encounters. The closure comes after 17,000 migrants were apprehended in the Tucson region in just 1 week. Now, compared to November of last year, during the entire month, there were 23,000 encounters.
This is how we manage our operations. We search those locations we have to for the safety and security of our officers, our agents, the migrants we encounter, and frankly, to maximize the enforcement efforts that we have underway.
CBP also says transportation networks are preying on migrants, smuggling them through northern Mexico to the southern border.
Meanwhile, an appeals court temporarily ended a lower court ruling that allowed Border Patrol agents to cut razor wire along the banks of the Rio Grande. The office of Attorney General Ken Paxton had appealed that lower court's ruling and issued a statement saying, quote, "I am pleased the court recognized the extent of the federal government's blatant and disturbing efforts to subvert law and order at our state's border with Mexico," end quote. The Biden administration now has until Friday to respond to the stay.
Looking ahead, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen will go to Mexico this week after the department she oversees announced a new fentanyl trafficking strike force. That strike force will be made up of personnel and intelligence from the Treasury Department to curb the flow of drugs into the U.S. This comes just weeks after President Biden and China's president announced that China is asking chemical companies to slow down shipments of materials used to make fentanyl to Latin America.
Did you see that? Now to this massive explosion rocking a neighborhood in Northern Virginia just outside Washington, D.C. So far, no major injuries have been reported.
Police were called to the home where someone had been firing a flare gun dozens of times.
Now, officers tried to execute a search warrant, and that's when things took that turn.
As ABC's Rhiannon Alley reports, the officers on the scene only suffered minor injuries in that blast.
Overnight, this terrifying house explosion caught on camera. The debris showering this neighborhood in Arlington County, Virginia. The blast felt several blocks away.
But you could feel the sound concussion.
Police were already at the scene before the explosion. They were investigating a flare gun reportedly being shot from a home. One flare in the sky seen here. Officers say they obtained a search warrant, but the suspect would not come out.
As officers attempted to execute that search warrant this evening, the suspect inside the residence discharged several rounds. The house subsequently exploded, and we continue to investigate the circumstances of the explosion.
Police say the only person apparently inside during the explosion was that suspect. The extent of injuries not confirmed overnight.
Nobody has been transported from the scene to an area hospital.
As firefighters brought the fire under control, many questions lingered, including why the suspect was firing those flares in the first place. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
This morning, the Supreme Court seems divided as it reviews a landmark bankruptcy settlement for Purdue Pharma. That's the company behind the powerful painkiller OxyContin, linked to tens of thousands of overdose deaths. Now, the justices heard arguments Monday over whether the owners of Purdue Pharma, the Sackler family, can be protected from future lawsuits. Under the bankruptcy deal, the Sackler family would pay about $6 billion to settle lawsuits with opioid victims and state governments. But the White House says by guaranteeing immunity, the deal violates federal law. The court's ruling is expected next June.
This morning, Israel's defense minister believes the war in Gaza in its current intensity will last at least 2 more months. Israel says it will only consider another pause in fighting if Hamas returns 15 women and 2 children still in its custody. A State Department official suggests Hamas is holding those women out of fear for what they may reveal about the sexual violence they've suffered.
The reason this pause fell apart is they don't want those women to be able to talk about what happened to them during their time in custody.
Now, right now, we understand up to 600 Americans are still in Gaza.
Happening tomorrow, the field of Republican presidential hopefuls getting smaller. The 4th GOP presidential primary debate will be held tomorrow night inside the Moody Music Building at the University of Alabama. We're going to have a recap next morning on GMSA.
609, 44 degrees.
You ready to get older? Well, still to come what local experts are doing right here in the Alamo City to help you age well.
The important news as you get ready to send out your holiday packages after the break, some simple ways to keep your holiday mail safe.
Let's look out there with live cam. It's colder this morning. Be prepared for that. We're starting about 44 degrees in our area, so go ahead and grab that sweater or coat just for the morning hours. We'll be right back.